Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Big Brigade. Hope everybody's had a good night. Yes, I'm late with this vlog video, but it is what it is. It's been a day of it. I think I discovered the source of my blahs. I recently came across a Instagram social media person, and fortunately and unfortunately, she just happens to, I can't think of her name right now. I'll have to try to link her in the description. Even though her little spiel is about being middle-aged, about being in your 50s, and she's a comedy. Her whole thing is about making you laugh. And but she's a bit on the edgy side. So I wouldn't call it Christian content, but because she uses profanity, which in a hilarious way, I'll just put it that way. But she looks identical, almost identical to my longtime best friend, Vicky, who passed away in 2017. I mean, the short the short pixie hair, the angular face, the attitude, everything. And I think that because I didn't get to say goodbye to Vicky. We weren't, because Vicky was 31 years older than me. She was in her early 70s when she passed, and we had kind of grown apart. And we had been friends for over 20 years at that time. And because her mind, I guess she had severe COPD and was living on oxygen. And her health had gotten to the point where she just was hard to be around. And then I was also struggling with undiagnosed bipolar disorder and PTSD and a host of other things I was dealing with. And we just weren't suitable to be around each other. And so we grew apart. And about a year or so, about maybe a couple of years after we grew apart, she passed away. And we found out via Facebook post. My oldest son found out and told me. And so we didn't get to say goodbye. And which makes it very, very difficult. And they had her cremated. They didn't even have like a grave or anything for anyone to go visit or anything. So there's no way to just like go sit and talk to her or anything like that. And she was like a second mom to me, you know. She was there for me when my own mother was not. And she always made Christmas wonderful. She decorated, and to the max, pretty much every holiday she decorated. And Christmas and Halloween were her two favorites. And she always made sure everybody had, she called it a stocking, but it was in a gift bag. And she would make sure that everybody had one full of their favorite goodies and stuff. And all your presents would be completely customized and, you know, very, very well thought out. And the bright light that she put into the holiday season would completely overshadow the crappy childhood and all the crappy memories of my childhood. And she just had a way of making it wonderful. And I think coming across this lady's Instagram and getting such a laugh from her, and it just made me, it had just flooded me with all these memories of Vicky and my time with her. and not being able to say goodbye to her. And the fact that she's not here to sprinkle all her sparkle and joy and just you know, I think I've been kind of just dealing with that best way I can. And so I think that's what's been going on with me. And I will be okay. I will be okay. And then I get this lovely package from Serena today, from Canada. And she has some instant coffee and some instant tea in there. And one of the instant coffees has chicory in it. And Vicky used to fix me community coffee with chicory, and it was instant. And she had a way of fixing it with just the right ratio of coffee versus creamer. And so I fixed me a cup of this a little earlier, and somehow when I took that first sip, it tasted just like a cup of what Vicky used to fix me. And I couldn't help but think that was her saying hello to me. You know, I don't know, maybe it's silly, but that was maybe her reaching out saying it's okay, that I'm okay. It's okay to taste things and think, to think about me. I know she's in heaven. She was a Christian and she loved the Lord. And I know she's in heaven and she's up there spreading her joy and making people crazy, because she was really good at that. She was really good at making people crazy. But in a good way, in a really good way. She was very particular about things, where she wanted things, how she wanted things. And I know when I first met her, she had like 12 cats in her house. 12 cats in her house. And a little brown dog. I can't remember. I think that little dog's name was Tony or something like that. But a little brown dog and 12 cats. Yeah, and she would name the cats after fairies. She would name them fairy names, like Picanio, and it's stuff like this. Is crazy little names. And one of them was named Mr. Woo because he was charming, and one of them was named Lolita because she was a little bit, loose. Oh, just crazy memories like that. But, and then she would rescue cats that no one else could deal with because they were just mean cats. And she would somehow wiggle her way into the mean cat's heart. And like this one big orange tabby that she had that she named Biscuit. And Biscuit only loved Vicky. He hated everyone else. He would bite and claw and abuse anyone else. But she could put him on her lap and he would just love all over her. But don't dare nobody else touch him, because he would he would damage you. He was a good 25-pound cat. And let me tell you, she was the only one that could hold him. And but he was huge. He was a big old cat named Biscuit. And she was the only one that could deal with him. She was the only one. And there was this cat that someone gave my family when, this was before Johnny came along. And they gave us this black, real poofy cat named Pearl. And I don't remember if we gave her the name Pearl or Vicky gave her the name Pearl. I don't know, but she was black. And then she hid under my bed for like 3 days and would not come out. And I didn't know what to do, because we got her to be a companion with my little white cat named Scooter. And she wouldn't go near Scooter. She didn't want anything to do with my little white Scooter. Excuse me. And so I said, well, the only person I know that could maybe coax her out was Vicky. So Vicky came over, and in short order, Vicky had her in her arms. And so Vicky got her, and Vicky said, she said, that's okay. I'll just take her home with me. It's fine. So off to the country she went with Vicky, because I was living here in the city and she was out there in the country. So she took Pearl home, and she took the black cat and named her Pearl, and she kept her until that cat died. And we never knew exactly how old the cat was, because she was already spayed when we got her. And I think Vicky had that cat something like 15 years. A long time. She had her a long time. And the vet estimated that the cat was 20 years old. At least 20 something years old. It lived to be a long time, because every time it needed to go to the vet for whatever was wrong with it, she took it to the vet, and medicine or whatever it needed, she took care of it. And so whatever prolonging life measures needed to be done, she would do it. And so that cat lived a very long time, and she would give it its own bedroom, because it was so skittish, and Vicky was the only person that she loved.
It's me.
I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was Will coming in. I wanted to speak to him before he went to his room and shut the door. But anyway, so Vicky was the cat charmer, no doubt. She could charm any old cat. It didn't matter. She didn't have the same effect on dogs. She did love dogs, but she really didn't have the same, thing going on with dogs. She did have some dogs. She had Peppy, which was a little Chihuahua that she rescued out of a barn, and she had Peppy for a long time. And I don't remember how old Peppy was when she passed, but she was just a puppy when she first got her, and she had her for a really long time. She even had she spent like, oh Lord, something like $2,500 or something, having her hips replaced or something like that. A lot of money to spend on a Chihuahua, but yeah, she needed some serious orthopedic work done, and she had it done for her, because she was such a valued member of the household. And then they had a little dog named Pepsi. Her grandson named her, because I think she was supposed to be named something else, but Roland pronounced it Pepsi, and that's just what ended up being her name. So, but she always had cats, lots of cats. So I don't know how she dealt with all the litter, the kitty litter. I just couldn't deal with it. But you never would know it. She kept such a clean house, and such a routine with the cat litter. You never smelled it. You never smelled it. It was all kept very neat and tidy. But I do miss her a lot, and I've just been after running across that lady on Instagram, it just triggered so many memories and so many thoughts of her, and so much missing of her, especially this time of year, because she always made it so special for me and the boys. And so I think that's what triggered all my sadness, really. But I think this is helping, talking about it with y'all. I hope y'all, I haven't made anyone sad, because I don't want anyone to be sad. This is therapeutic for me, and I hope y'all understand that. Just talking about it, because I really haven't talked about it with anyone. Um, I just haven't, because it just came to a realization about it today, that that's what was wrong with me. So especially when I tasted that coffee, and it tasted just like the cups that she used to make me. So it's like, wait a minute, this is what's been wrong with me. So yeah, but anyhow, moving on. I did get this lovely Happy Meal from Serena in Canada, and she's the one that I made the cardigan, the gray the gray and turquoise, and the one I put pockets on and everything, that cardigan that I had finished, the one before, the orange one, the burnt pumpkin one, and she made me a stitch stitch sampler beanie from Bag O Day, and she made it in red, which is my second favorite color, because of course I already have a few turquoise hats, and red is my second favorite color, so she made it in red, and it's perfect. And so I'll show that to y'all. Isn't that pretty? She said she enjoyed making it because she learned so many new stitches. And she used some yarn, some loops and thread yarn, some of their shiny yarn. But that is really pretty. She did a really good job. And then she sent me a card. And it's kind of hard to get out of the envelope, so I won't do that. But, and she sent me this stuff made from NutriPlus. And here's their tea. I haven't tried this yet, but I will. And this is all sugar-free. And let's see. And this is the Delish. This is the coffee that I just had a cup of. And she actually sells these products through her Facebook page. And so she sent me a bunch of the tea and a few of the coffees. And so I'll be, I got to get me some Sweet and Low. After having some unsweet tea with Sweet and Low at the Catfish place the other day, and that going so well, I'm gonna get some Sweet and Low, or whatever the generic form of it is, and try that here at home and see if I can't have some iced tea with Sweet and Low. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Put that down here, but I'll try this on for y'all so y'all can see how cute it fits me. Yeah, there's the little seam. Let's see, it fits perfect. Now I just have to find me a nice red outfit, or an outfit with this shade of red in it for it to go with. Well, I do have that scarf that Amy made me, so I can wear it with that scarf. It's a bit of a brighter shade of red, but it'll work. It'll work. I'll make it work. But I'm very, very happy with my hat. It definitely brightened up my day. When I saw the little box and I saw who it was from, I was very happy to see it. Hopefully she gets her package really soon, because I not only sent her the cardigan that I made her, I also sent her some Hobby Lobby yarn, because they can't get Hobby Lobby yarn in Canada. So I'm going to put this over here so I could show y'all. I did get the first square done for the Granny Square pullover that I'm making for Linda. And so for her size, well, for most of the sizes in the pattern, in the tutorial, and I'll find that tutorial and link it in the description, and the pattern too. And most of the larger sizes, even starting with 1X, you do a square, 24 round square for both sides. And so, and this one cake did 20 rounds, and then I had to get into another cake for the other 4 rounds. And so because I had to fight with the first cake because it collapsed in on itself, and then I had to untangle it for an hour to ball the second part of it up. When I got done with this one, the finishing the 4 rows that the first cake didn't cover, I just decided to go ahead and ball the rest of the cake up, because it took about half, more than half for those 4 rows for some reason. So I will start the second square with this, and then I'll have to get into another cake to finish it. And then whatever I don't use to do the second square, I'll use for the sides, the rows on the sides, and then the neck shaping. And then I got another color that I'm going to use I got some other yarn that I'm going to use for the ribbing along the bottom. And anyway, I got it worked out. I have decided to use this Super Saver brushed for the ribbing along the bottom. This is in the soft mink color. I think this works really well. I think that will work really well for the ribbing along the bottom and the neck and the cuffs on the sleeves. I'm not going to do it for like the sides. I'm going to use I have plenty of this yarn, so I'm going to go ahead and use it for the side rows and the neck shaping. I'm going to use it, you know, as far as, you know, I got plenty of that yarn to do that with, so I don't have to use a secondary color for that. But for the you know, the ribbing along the bottom that I usually do before I join the panels, I will use this. And then when I do the sleeves and do the little cuffs on the sleeves, I'll use this. This doesn't, when you work this up, it doesn't look fuzzy. It doesn't have, it looks like sort of fuzzy, but not as much as you think. Like when I made that hat for Eva's husband, it just looked like a very, very soft hat. It looked like a soft wool hat, but it's not wool. It's the closest thing you're going to get to really nice wool without it being wool. I'll put it that way. It just has that like really soft wool feel without the itchy and without whatever allergies you might have with it. So, and I did get some more of this today because it was on a fantastic sale at Joann's. So I did get some more of this because I want to make a blanket or a sweater out of it. So I got it in, I got some more soft mink, and then I got it in the soft teal and the blue. And this is, yeah, teal pastel, excuse me. So this is their teal pastel. It's very pale teal, very pale teal. If you're not looking right at it, you won't see it. But this is their blue, and what do they call this? This is misty blue. So think about these two together for the water. You see, this is a beachy theme I'm going for here. So this color is my sand, sort of, my beach, and then these are my water. So that's the theme that I'll be going for, in either a sweater or a blanket. I hadn't made my mind up which one I'll be doing with it or not. I don't know yet. But they also had these on sale. So I got a couple of more in the rosemary color, since that's what Connie Wagner wants her cardigan done in. So, and I have some green over here, some Premier Basics yarn in green over here, plus I have some marled green that I can use for the cuffs and the ribbing for this. But I have plenty of this now. I just got two more because they're on sale for like $7.99, and I think it was either $8 something or $7.99. I can't remember which one. And then there was 25% off that I got. You know, that old bag o' day trick where you put stuff in your cart and then you leave, and then they email you and say, come back, 25% off plus $2.99 shipping. That, yeah. So, yeah. So I did that because I'm a yarn addict. Yeah. And anyway, so I didn't spend that much money because, well, I still have to buy groceries this week again, but not that many groceries, because I bought soup for myself not too long ago, which is pretty much all I've been eating is soup, because I can have soup with bits in it now. And that goes down pretty easily. But that is what I'm working on. Oh, almost forgot about the Advent. Lord have mercy. I'm so caught up in myself. Almost forgot about the Advent. Okay, what are we on? We're on this little funny looking one now. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, ain't we? And I guess we could do, nah, we might as well drag it out a little longer. This one is called the Sundial Seashell. There we go. That's pretty cool. If you turn it over, you can see that little spot right there. That little notch, that's where the little creature was. Ooh, look at there. You could see right in there. And so the sundial seashell, a medium-sized seashell with a flattened spiral shape resembling a sundial. Sundial seashells are known for their intricate patterns and delicate coloration. I concur. That is quite gorgeous, though. I really like that one. I mean, you know, you got to be careful that you don't look into it. If it was spinning at you, you might get a little woozy. They used to, long time ago, when I was about 26 years old, and I lived up in West Memphis, Arkansas, and I was working at FedEx unloading airplanes for FedEx. Yeah, unloading airplanes a long time ago. And they used to tell us not to stare at the engine propellers, because if you stare at them, you will get mesmerized and you'll walk right into them. They had had people do that before. So never, ever, ever stare at an airplane propeller when it's doing that, because you'll walk right into it before you even know you're doing it. Scary, huh? Useless information if you never plan on being around an airplane. But they did at one point nickname me Raging Cajun. Only because I was from Louisiana and I had a temper. Long story, they also nicknamed me Rosie. So, because my cheeks were always pink. So, yeah. And I was blonde at the time. So go figure. The things y'all don't know about me. Oh, well. Stories to be told at a later date. But at least we're ending on a positive note, right? Theodore, if you knock my tripod over, we're going to have a problem. Go get on the bed, buddy. Go get on the bed, buddy. I let them out beforehand. I promise I did. I let them out right before I started recording. I did. But you can see it didn't work. Oh, he's backing up now. Get on the bed with Axel. Axel's being good. You see how good Axel is? And he's looking at me with those gold eyes. I'm a goner. Every time he looks at me like that. Anyhow, please know that I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. Or, of course, staring at you like you're the second coming. Bye, y'all.